Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the great fight between the Prince and Kylina.
I know what you've seen, what you think you've seen in the timeline.
Then you know I have no choice.
There is always a choice, Kylina.
Then I choose to live, and for you to die.
And in this first combo,
Pay for this
Kylina is off to a head start, but the Prince comes back with full fledged, and the Prince knocks back Kylina with a knockback attack, which you do with L and R. But Kylina does some heavy damage, but the Prince does heavy damage too, ladies and gentlemen. These sportsmen are going at it like feral beasts. There's some rivalry going there. Oh, sand is countered by sand, but will it be enough to defeat this Mistress of Time? Does the Prince of Persia know how to defeat the Princess of Time? Or the Empress of Time, I mean? Find out in this episode of Prince of Persia, The Warrior Within. She does 3 times attacks, and after the 3rd time she will try to attack you normally. But if you miss defending, she will hurt you badly. And you will use up all your sand, which is not advised in this battle. You need to conserve your sand, because if she does your sand attack, then you need to strike back with your own sand attack, because otherwise she will deal massive damage.
Don't you see? We can change our fate. This isn't what happened the first time we fought.
The first time?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. If you just let me explain.
No more words, Prince. If you've only things to say and nothing to show, then let us finish this.
Sorry.
Some banter between the contestants. And what's this? We're going off to a nice standoff. But what is the Empress doing? What is she doing? She's still standing there. She's summoning tornadoes. Oh, this summoning tornado technique. I haven't seen that one since 1999. Which is probably when I first played this game. I wouldn't even know what year this game is from. That's how old I am. No, that's how old I have become. I've forgotten the year of this game. Or when I last played this game. And in the corners, oh, the Prince is evading all the tornadoes, but he got hit once. Does this come back to bite him in the ass later? Or will he survive and stay strong? Or will Kylina be victorious? We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the Prince starts off with a combo right from the start after this short recess, and the sands are being countered again. Apparently, the Empress of Time does not know how to counter the sands of time, which is ironic. And there it goes. The Prince counters attacks, and Kylina goes in for a heavy fierce attack, and she actually did damage on the Prince. The Prince is going out at it as a feral beast, and he's screaming his head off. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. A nice combo going, but will it be enough to save the Prince from certain death? Oh, and they're locked in tight combat. Sword versus sword. Oh no, the Prince is getting his ass kicked now. But the Prince has still sands up his sleeve. But will it be enough to counter Kylina, the Empress of Time? Oh, look at that locked battle. Look, press B as fast as you can. Oh no, the Prince is going off the edge. But he's using his last sand tank. The Prince must be really careful here now, because otherwise it will mean his certain demise. Oh, the Empress is using the tornadoes again. She knows it's time for another recess. So in this recess of tornadoes, the tornado recess, the Prince has to just avoid the tornadoes by running around in circles. I don't believe that we're in Kansas anymore, ladies and gentlemen. No, this is the area of the Prince versus Kylina, the Empress of Time, and not the Wizard of Oz. These sand storms or whirlwinds or tornadoes, they leave behind sand tanks once they're done raging. And you will have to collect them because, well, the Prince has to collect them because it will help him in his journey in trying to defeat the last boss of this game, Empress Kylina. But will it be enough? Will he stand strong, I mean? they're in a slow battle right now, and it's amazing that the Empress can actually defend in this. Oh, and the Empress hit the Prince for major damage. Oh, and the Empress is doing her triple attack, but the Prince is not faltered by that attack this time. And the Prince barely countered that before he got hit on the ground, but he did get hit on the ground, like a bitch smacked to his face on the ground, and again! And now the Prince gets up and uses his slow technique again against her, which seems to be pretty effectual.
I will kill you!
I do not want to hurt you, Kylina, but I cannot allow that to happen.
Oh no, the Prince cannot allow that to happen. The Prince needs to survive. Why does he need to survive? I don't know, because apparently they both don't know how to lay down their arms and to lay down their sword. Apparently they're both warriors, and warriors never learn how to lay down their swords or not attack each other. Well, if they both wanted to justify their fate, why didn't they just, you know, call it truce and say from, I won't kill you if you don't kill me, and then it will be fine. Handy dandy. And then she says, how can I trust you? I cannot trust you. It's written in the timeline that you will kill me. No, I will not kill you. I will just kill the Dahaka instead. If you tell me how to get rid of the Dahaka, I will not kill you. That's what the king. And or the prince is using his blood technique, his blood sand technique, his sands of blood, or whatever it's called, the tempest of sands, I believe it's called. Oh, and there goes the prince. Oh, but he has still some tricks up his sleeve. But will it be enough? Oh, it's a tight match, ladies. These opponents seems to be evenly matched, but the prince is on his last leg. Will he be able to defeat the Empress before the end? Apparently not. And the game is over, ladies and gentlemen. The Empress has won. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the second round of the Prince versus Kylina.
I know what you've seen, what you think you've seen in the timeline.
Then you know I have no choice.
There is always a choice, Kylina.
Then I choose to live, and for you to die.
You will pay for
And
this transgression.
the Empress immediately starts out with taking damage, or with making damage, actually, not taking damage, but giving damage to the Prince of Persia. This is already a bad start, ladies and gentlemen, but will the Prince succeed? We will find out eventually. And apparently the sand thing can hurt the Prince, but the Prince uses his own sand against the Empress of Time, which is ironic, which I already made that joke before. Ooh, the Prince got heavily damaged that time. Will it be enough to defeat him? Because we already seen the last replay of this, so we know how it will end, and you need to be careful on your health. So Prince, how will you survive? By using your sands?
We can change our fate. This isn't what happened the first time we fought.
The first time?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. If you just let me
No
explain.
more words, Prince. If you've only things to say and nothing to show, then let us finish this.
I'm sorry.
And bad lip syncing for the win. And now the Empress is going to use her tornadoes again. For the first round of tornadoes, or dodge tornadoes, we're going into another recess. So ladies and gentlemen, while we're spinning around in circles, why don't you get yourself a drink? Or buy the new hot dogs at the Joe's Hot Dog Stand for only $5.95. Now in stores available at your local retail shop. What the fuck, I don't even know. And the Prince dodged the first tornado. And the Prince dodged the second tornado and the third tornado. Which means that he got 3 sand tanks and he has full sand tanks once more. Will it be enough to hold against the Empress of Time? Does he have enough time to beat her? Will it be enough? Will these foes clash And just will these titans fall? Will the prince be victorious and return to his homeland? Or will the empress defy the timeline and kill the prince so she can live? And will the prince defy the timeline? Actually, if he kills Karlina, does he still not do what is written in the timeline? I mean, if you think about it, he still does what is written in the timeline. He kills the sands. He kills Karlina and creates the sands of time. But he doesn't do it in the past. He doesn't do it in the present. What does that mean? Well, I don't know. We'll find out, don't we? That has been the question of this game, hasn't it? And another round of dodge the tornadoes. So while we're running around in circles, it's time for another commercial break. Now, come in and join us in Tornado Run, Tornado Run. The new show, Tornado Run, on BBC at 3 AM in the morning. I don't even know. And the prince is just waiting for her to be done. And the prince actually has full sand tanks. But what does it mean? What does this mean? This slow motion battle between these two gods. Will the prince be successful? The prince has half his health loss, and the empress has over her half her health loss. The prince actually has a bit of more than half his health. So what will happen? Ooh, the prince is countering the Empress of Time with his own sense of time. Again, that doesn't make sense, but I already made that joke for the third time.
I will kill you!
I do not want to hurt you, Karlina, but I cannot allow that to happen.
Can't you? Well, the prince needs to survive and go back to Farah and get his ass pounded by sand creatures and get married and have children and have another fourth crappy game which doesn't have to do anything with the other three, and get another crappy game which doesn't have to do with this series at all and in which you cannot die at all, which is weird, but whatever. Now prince, go and collect your sand tanks while the empress rages about. And apparently I wanted to take a break, but nope. Or I just pressed start because I don't know. Go prince, go! You're almost done it. You're at half your health still, and you're almost you almost won against the Empress of Time, and you have full sand tanks, so there should be no way that you should lose this battle. So the prince is in a clear advantage of the Empress right now. What does that mean? What does the outcome hold, ladies and gentlemen? Will the prince be victorious? Will the Empress of Time fall to the sands of time? And it's over.
I'm sorry. If only it didn't have to end this way.
The prince has won.
Seems, my prince, but still I become the sands. There will be others like the Maharaja, braggarts and fools who will quest for the sands and find them. My vengeance will be unleashed once more on your world.
No, no! How is this possible? The sands are here in the present, not in the hourglass. Huh? It is the sands that should no longer exist in the timeline. The Dahaka is doing its job. Not only have I saved myself, I have eliminated the sands of time. What? What do you want? The amulet. The last relic of the sands of time. Can it be? I have changed my fate.
Maybe you have, Prince. Maybe you have. And that is all. That is all she wrote. Or is it? There's still one more thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the end yet. Join us for the next episode.